everyone, it's Pixelade here and welcome back to the channel, here with another Sims 4 news and info video. Some of you might already know this, of course it's coming late to my channel as I'm still catching up on some Sims news. Sim Guru Graham actually talks the future of The Sims 4 via GamesRadar.com with an interview titled The Sims 4. There's way more that we can still do with this title. I'm not even gonna ramble, we're just gonna jump straight into this article. I'm gonna read it for you guys and I'm going to be discussing it a little bit with you. I haven't read it yet, so of course you're gonna get my first time reactions and comments to a lot of what I read here. Definitely did not want to read it beforehand. The Sims 4 Snowy Escape offers more in-depth gameplay. All right, let me just stop you right there. I think that's definitely subjective. Some people feel like it has deep gameplay. I personally think that it's just as shallow as every other expansion pack that we've gotten for this game so far. Just my opinion. All right, I'm gonna keep going. And new build options. So what's next for the longest running Sims title? Yeah, it's been like over 20 years now, guys, since the Sims franchise started. It's been a crazy long time. The Sims 4 is the longest run Sims title of all time. Yep, that's correct, it is now. We are more than half a decade into The Sims 4 with more content still expected to be released, with a community as vibrant as it is opinionated. Oh, opinionated, that is an understatement. With Snowy Escape, the latest expansion pack set in a Japanese-inspired mountain town, EA offers a lovely mix of content, some which are expected responses to fan requests and others which surprised even the most dedicated simmers. But with the arrival of Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, and improved PC graphics cards, it's only natural to pose the question, what's next for The Sims 4? Is it The Sims 5? With more open world options like the ones offered in popular mod Broeke Heights. Hey, already getting a whole shout out in this Games Radar article. That is what's up. Or is Snowy Escape further proof that there's more to be mined from this reigning Sims title? I sat down with producer Graham Nardone, also known as Sim Guru Graham, to chat about Snowy Escape, the Sims community, and the future of The Sims 4. The Sims Crowd. Snowy Escape introduces two new gameplay features, lifestyles and sentiments. I outline how lifestyles and sentiments work in more detail in The Sims 4 Snowy Escape preview, but in the simplest terms, they beef up the gameplay experience. No, sweetheart, they really don't beef up the gameplay experience. I mean, this is just my opinion. Everyone has a different opinion of this. I'm just gonna be honest on here because that's what I do. I'm honest, okay? I share my thoughts and opinions. My takes happen to be a little bit more critical. I've sat down and I've played it, and it's fun the first few times, but it just doesn't offer the replay value that we've received in previous Sims games with expansion packs for those games. You just don't get that replay value. For me, it's just not there. Once again, just an opinion. The two features add complexity to Sims' personalities and their interpersonal relationships, ultimately deepening the simulation experience. It's what the community has relentlessly requested for so many years now. I kind of agree with this, kind of don't. It's kind of what we requested, but it kind of gives us nothing from what we requested at the same time. Sentiments are nice, I'm not going to lie, but they definitely aren't as deep as some people make them out to be. They are definitely very flawed if you've played with them. There are many videos talking about why they're flawed and how they're flawed and in what specific ways. One video is from Pleasant Sims. Make sure you go check out her channel. She has a whole video on sentiments. Watch that and you'll understand why. Second, the lifestyles are nice, but they don't offer as much as they make them out to offer. Yet once again, I'm pretty sure Pleasant Sims might have discussed this as well. And while the Sims community has consistently asked for more in-depth life simulation elements, the requests have been for things like cars, open world elements, and more rabbit hole type places like grocery stores and museums, which Sims can enter, but the player cannot. With lifestyles and sentiments, we're getting more depth to the simulation, but in a way we didn't technically ask for. Yeah, I agree with that. It is more depth, but definitely in a different way. It definitely isn't as deep as some are making it out to be, though. This definitely does not fix the issue with the game as a whole. You know, the core of the game, the foundation of the game. This kind of acts as just a band-aid to put on that, if that makes sense. You can't fix bullet holes with band-aids. Players did not expect that out of us, Nardone admits, but it is something that they have been highly discussing and requesting. I think that increased depth to the simulation is a big thing for players. EA's strategy when filling a long time request for more depth is to occasionally subvert expectations. I think it's cool playing with those expectations a little bit while still delivering on things that people really want at the core level, Nardone says. It's It's good that they're gonna focus on the core though. I really hope that they spend the next couple of years focusing on the core of this game because that's where it needs help the most. And I think that that is where most of the constructive feedback comes from right now in the community, is just get the core of the game fixed. I am personally on team put expansion game and stuff packs on hold to fix the core of the game. I wouldn't mind having a 2021 with no new content as long as we got that game fixed. If we have more years of this game ahead of us, several more years at that, I want to receive new packs after the game is fixed and after these core issues have been resolved, not before, because then you're just putting broken content on top of broken content, on top of more broken content, and then on top of a broken base game. And what does that create? It just creates more broken content and an even more broken base game. But EA doesn't always flip the script when it comes to adding off-requested content. Sometimes they just deliver what was ordered. Just recently, the Sims 4 team broke ground on fixing the skin tone problem after years of Simmers creating mods that added more options for darker shades at a better quality than what the game offered. While there's more work to be done, the community as a whole has responded positively. And you're right, they definitely have responded positively, but I will say this, but. We shouldn't go around clapping, oh my god, yay, thank you the Sims team, thank you, thank you, thank you. We shouldn't be saying thank you for something that should have come when the game launched. And they did leave out a little bit in this paragraph. It's more than just years of Simmers creating mods, it's years of Simmers speaking up about not having skin tones for darker Sims, specifically Black Simmers. They're leaving that out. This has been an outcry from Black Simmers for years since this game launched. They have felt ignored and overlooked, and because of the voices of large white creators amplifying Black voices, that is when things were heard, and that's just the truth. They don't say it here, but I'm gonna say it right now. There's more representation to be had, however. For years, Simmers have been requesting disability options like wheelchairs, disabled friendly home objects, and service dogs. And EA's listening. We've had active outreach with players in the community and asked, what are better ways that we can represent you? What are some of the things that we can do to recreate those moments or lived experiences respectfully in The Sims 4? They want to do these things, guys, but they want to make sure that they do it in a respectful and inclusive way. The question about disabilities and wheelchairs has been raised before. Sim Guru Grant has talked about it and has even said many times, I'm interested in this. We are looking into this. Has it come to the game yet? Absolutely not, but it's possible that they could be researching it and hoping to find a way to implement it into the game somehow and put it in a way that doesn't offend anyone and that well represents everyone, you know? We already know that Paralyze is thinking of adding these kinds of things to its game as well with disability surveys they have posted too. I think the thing we want to avoid is turning it into a feature. Less The Sims 5, more The Sims 4.5. It's safe to consider Snowy Escape a peek into what lies ahead for The Sims 4. For many, that'd be a scary peek. At least in the game's near future, Snowy Escape is a large, expansive pack that includes dramatic gameplay changes and a groundbreaking build function, platforms for base game that's already 6 years old. Some of those changes will be included as a free update for Sims players who don't buy the pack. That's true. Low-key really obsessed with the base game update this time around, guys. I kinda was more excited for the base game update for Snowy Escape than Snowy Escape itself. Just my opinion though. Lifestyles and sentiments are dramatic changes to the life simulation portion of The Sims 4. While it's a welcome surprise, I'd argue it's the game's natural progression. For many who have played this game consistently for the past 6 years or even just recently, there's almost uniform desire to dive deeper into the interpersonal relationships and autonomous behavior. Oh yes, we've been wanting this step for years, man. There needs to be more life to the Sims life. There definitely does. They feel like empty shells of Sims. However, there's only so much that can be done to a base game that's 6 years old, and if the fake YouTube trailers have anything to say about it, The Sims 5 is at the forefront of the community's hive mind. While there will be some improvements to The Sims 4 on Xbox Series X and PS5, there doesn't seem to be any plans to ride the next-gen wave with a new title anytime soon. For EA, The Sims 4 well hasn't run dry, but I can tell you that a lot of Simmers definitely don't think that and feel like they have milked this thing to its death. However, there's such a diverse range of topics and features that we could cover. The possibility space of what we could do within The Sims 4 is just humongous. Nardone tells me when I ask about the potential of a new game, I think that just goes to show that there is way more that we can still do with this title, and our players are plenty hungry for more content that we can give in. That's a good problem problem to have. Right, but you have to know that it really isn't more content we want. It's the content we already have to be fixed. We keep shouting this over and over and over again, and we just hope it doesn't fall on deaf ears. Give us more content, fine, but give it to us when the base game is fixed, when these core issues are fixed, especially with each pack not adding that replay value that we have been wanting for a long time. If that issue is fixed, guys, then I'm totally okay with having new packs. Also, as long as those new packs as well have more replay value. One trend I've noticed with these expansion packs is they just offer you new things to do in one specific world that you can't do in other worlds. You can't do the snowboarding, the skiing, any of that stuff in any other world other than Mount Komorebi. See, that's a problem. If you had the ability to do these types of things in other worlds, that would automatically open up more possibilities for players. I'd say that's a hardline no for The Sims 5, wouldn't you? That's actually the end of the article, and I'm surprised because there's still half a web page left, and most of it's just advertisements. But let me know, guys, what do you think about this article? What are your comments on this? What do you have to say about the interview and SimGuru Graham's response to this kind of stuff? Share your thoughts down in the comment section below. I love you all so much. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. So long and happy simming. Bye, everyone.